One go. G'day everyone. G'day Patreon members. G'day YouTube members over on YouTube. Looks like we got another beautiful day for Flyover today. The pilot's not long arrived. We can see there he's just testing the actual landing flaps around the wing. You can see in the shadow just down there on the left. What a week it's been. Well, nearly 2 weeks, sort of 10 days since we've had our last Flyover. Plenty of things have changed this week. Just a few things to note. We're going to get a photo. We're going to get a photo of the LOX landing tank in the ring yard today. That's going to be pretty awesome. I can see some people waving their hands in chat, so I guess chat's working fine over there. 5x5. Thanks, Martin. Nice. Ryan, you were just saying before, Booster 19, she's really going ahead really fast. They've got heaps of extra staff on it by the look of it.
Yeah, a bit quick.
Got some developments at ASU at the launch site to check out. And I guess it'll be nice to see what's going on with the Deluge plate there at Pad 1. I guess it should be fairly well destructed by now. There's someone getting that Cessna approaching from Belize inbound on visual runway 13. Oh yeah, citation. Is it a citation? It is a citation. You don't normally think of a private jet when you say Cessna. You usually think of a little 182 or whatever. What's his altitude? Oh,
I'm doing a quick mic check. Can you all hear me?
Yep, sound good, Martin Ratio.
Can you hear the engine sounds right now or no?
Not really. I can hear the microphone. I can hear that you're in a microphone. I can sort of hear that you got a headset on, but that sounds fine.
Yeah, I'm getting set up right now. We're taxiing over to the runway, but that image that you have up, that's actually of the SpaceX airplane that just took off the jet. In case
nice.
anybody was wondering.
737-800.
Uptaking SpaceX workers somewhere, I guess.
That's
Okay,
pretty
we're
neat.
taxiing.
How cool is it that we have Mauricio on finally? And live from the plane.
Is the chat saying that they can't hear the engine sound? Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yes, no engine sound. Sounds good.
Yeah, that's really cool. I'm using like a really cheap microphone to try and talk to you all. And I mean, if I can explain what's going on with the whole Flyover situation, it's been kind of it hasn't been working out lately, just because of pilot availability and a combination with the weather. So I hope everybody understands why this is going on. And at the last minute, one of the pilots wasn't able to make it down here on time today. So we have somebody filling in. So I just want to give them a shout out. And this, we're gonna take off here shortly. Just waiting for a jet to land at this particular time, and then we should be in the air in about 5 minutes, probably.
Jet should be in front of you right about now. We can't actually see the jet in the GoPro camera. Have we got an instrument camera as well this week, Matt?
Not at the moment, we don't.
Cool, thank you. Okay, taxiing onto the runway. We don't hear the we don't hear the radio communications through the live stream, which I guess is a good thing. So lucky it's on a big jet, you probably don't have to worry about wake turbulence for takeoff today. It should be airborne before you get to it. Speaking of airborne, let's go.
Let's say wake turbulence from what?
From the citation jet.
Oh, as long as it's already 5 miles out, it's not an issue. Which, yeah.
Real quick, I don't know if anybody saw the communications, but we're going to be skipping the site right next to us just because the pilot does need to be on the ground in about 45 minutes. So we're trying to save some time, and he was nice enough to fit us into the schedule. So I hope everybody understands. We're going to be skipping the storage slot next door.
You change runways.
So Brian in the chat is asking, what's the minimum flight level? So I think he's asking what the TFR ratings are over the different sites.
So yeah, we've got a 6,000 for TFR over the launch site and the build site. And I think it's 2,000 feet over Massey's.
Actually, it's 5,000 over build and launch site.
5,000. Okay, we fly at 6,000 just to make sure.
Yep.
Yeah, I was checking it on my end too because we're about to go in there. So yeah, we definitely don't want to. And we're clear for takeoff. We're on the runway, and yeah, we're going to be in the air here shortly.
Nice. Now we're on the runway.
Jacob is asking, do you ever see a future where SpaceX fans can set up drones to automatically do flyovers more frequently? I would have to say a big fat no to that one.
No. That
Okay.
TFR will stay in place, and you're not getting a drone up that high.
Oh yeah,
Not any
they'd like to
commercially
stop us
available
more
ones.
if they could.
Yeah. If they could do it, they would like to have an unlimited TFR above the launch site and Massey's, but they can't. So
Okay, we're airborne. Look at that.
Up, up,
See
and
a shadow
away.
down there on the ground.
Things are definitely starting to look more brown the later we get into the year.
I was going to say that's what the grass in Starbase looks like most of the time because SpaceX seems to have a hard time keeping grass alive.
It's just a spray paint can away.
That's very true. Yeah, very true.
I'm back. Did you see that question, Matt?
Yeah, so Jacob asked a follow up, but couldn't you still get decent shots by going high up, but not directly over the TFR areas? And yes and no. I mean, cameras can only see so far, and the TFR is pretty wide, if anyone wants to expand on that a little bit.
Yeah, you'd have to be outside the TFR just to even launch the drone. And then the drone has to get high enough to get a high enough angle, and you'd have to have a good enough camera on it. And that would be one pretty big drone to have a good enough camera to actually get good shots. And most of the area outside the TFR is either you're talking all the way in the ship channel, in the wetlands areas for fish and wildlife, Mexico, areas that aren't easily accessible or straight up are not accessible at all.
Right,
So-
and I can actually expand on this even further for inside of the TFR areas right now, because I did look this up. So to be able to use a drone currently, like we do right now with flying over in a plane, first off, the drone necessary to be able to do that runs about $250,000. So that already puts a lot of people out. Secondly, the battery on said drone only lasts about 45 minutes. And so the time it takes you to get the drone all the way up, take pictures, get back down, has to all be within that 45 minutes. Then not only that, let's say you want to do a quick, battery change and get right back up. Well, you can, but with air traffic, you have to set up a flight plan for each different battery change in advance. So it's just so out of the possibility of happening. That's why nobody does it.
Yeah, and taking photos from outside the TFR range. So the thing that's very unique with RGB aerial photography here is we're getting extremely high res photos fairly close. So at 6,000 feet, it's fairly close range for such a powerful lens. There's no other media channel out there getting the quality and quantity of images that RGB aerial photography are getting. I mean, they used to use a drone for Massey's, but that was disallowed after a certain amount of time. So yeah, we can't really. We're not going to compromise on quality at all without. So Flyover is still the best, even though sometimes we have to wait for a few days sometimes, which really isn't much of a hassle. Actually, it's not much of a hassle at all, considering the images that we get in return for that little bit of patience. So I'd say what we're doing right now is about the best possible approach out there as far as any kind of technology and practice goes, as far as photography goes.
Yeah, it really is the best and the cheapest.
Hey, Stephanie, if you don't mind checking the gallery folder.
Certainly.
Yep, they're coming in.
Yep, it's working perfect.
The way to bypass it all is if you were able to buy a Global Hawk and you could file a flight plan and launch it and have it hover over the TFR with cameras. There. Good luck with that one, though.
Well, drone
Cha-ching.
technology is getting pretty good these days. I mean, even smaller hobby type drones with some decent camera on board can take decent photos, but still wouldn't have anything near the quality that this camera and lens could produce.
Yeah, not at all.
It'd
The
take you-
closest thing that's possible to even get up there, or should I say the cheapest drone, starts at 70,000, and then you still have to add a camera. So yeah, this is just the way we do it.
It's special licenses too. It's very difficult to fly a drone outside of line of sight. It's very difficult to the regulations and the licenses required to fly a drone beyond line of sight and at altitude and in traffic is pretty right up there with the licenses. There's not many people qualified to do that. That's one thing to just deploy a drone around. Even these days, deploy a drone over 400 feet requires special licenses. To do anything commercial with drones require special licenses. In Australia, you need to be registered to even deploy a hobby drone around your own backyard these days. They're getting more and more regulated, which I think is a good thing. There's some pretty crazy drone pilots out there.
Speaking about being up in the air, Crash Rider asks, is Mexican airspace off limits, or is that not a thing? I assume you just track with Highway 4 all the way there?
You have to get permission to enter Mexican airspace. So you have to go through ATC and through them to get permission to enter their airspace. And a lot of times it's usually more a hassle than it's worth. There's a reason why you skirt the Rio Grande when taking pictures of Massey's, and they don't hover over into Mexican airspace because you have to file a flight plan. So if you file a flight plan in a Mexican airspace, you also have to you might have to engage with their ATC as well, and that becomes a whole can of worms.
Yeah, the approach to some of the Brownsville airports for the bigger jets taking over Mexico, but once again, like Ryan just said, they're all they're filed flight plans.
Yeah, those are follow flight plans with preset waypoints and approach patterns that have been set in stone, and you follow based off of what the best approach is into Brownsville. So having to file a separate flight plan just for a flyover is a whole different thing.
Is that Joe tagged my flyers daily, his drone? Yeah, I'm sure he does it with all his legal permits and so on as well.
Those methane tanks went straight to I think they went straight to a barge.
Oh, let me see
Or
here.
something. You gotta find. I'm trying to find them.
Yeah, I'm not seeing them. Yeah, either. Looking through those photos.
They're like gone. They're not at the port connector. They're just gone.
Okay, I can't see him yet either. A Sharpie, Papa G, some of the motley crew have arrived in chat. What are the snacks and in-flight beverage options for today? Well, for me, it's a cup of tea, being 7 o'clock in the morning. Actually, nearly 8 o'clock in the morning now. Keep refreshing this folder here. So there's more, still no more from the port though. Okay, so still haven't found those tanks there, Jake and Ryan.
No, nothing yet. Looking at the LNG plant photos now. They've just started coming through.
Right now, we got
I totally
we're
understood every single word of that.
We're not hearing you very well. We're not hearing you very well there, Mauricio.
Well, I say thank you to Stumpy for sending 5 gifted memberships. We really appreciate that.
Stumpy!
Man, some of those shots of some of those reboilers and vertical storage tanks, it's just massive for that LNG plant.
Yeah, like I keep saying, they make Starbase look like a corner store.
Yeah, you want a lot of cranes? That's a lot of cranes.
I reckon. Gee. Didn't know there was that many
Starbase
cranes
has
in.
like nothing.
Didn't
I
know
think
there was that many
everything of
cranes in
this,
Texas.
I was going to say everything of this construction project is just large scale. Like the actual infrastructure, the car park with all the cars, all the cranes. Like everything's just such large scale here.
Looks like Booster 18's forward is still intact. It's just parked off to the side next to 17's common. That's what it looks like.
Oh, we got build site, have we?
Long
Oh,
range
nice.
shot of it.
Got a little bit of Massey's as well.
So that's the first time that a booster transport stand version 3 is being used.
Yeah, to carry the what's left of a booster.
Oh, we got some buffering on the live stream. Just be patient; it'll come back in a sec. There it goes.
That's an interesting spot for that.
The 18's out.
Oh, hey there. Okay, there's a surprise at Massey's that I did not expect things to show up at Massey's. Let's go with that. Once we get higher res photos, I'm seeing things there I did not expect to see there. Let's put it that way. On some of these longer range shots, you should
Okay,
notice
some
them. They're pretty
spoil-
obvious.
I'll give away all the spoilers.
Methane Man, thank you so much for 5 gifted memberships.
Some of those truss sections have showed up at Massey's
Oh,
that
yeah.
they've been building at Sanchez, and then we did see like remember that truss work platform? I think it was Gazer that caught Gazer or Caesar had caught it. I don't remember who did, but it's sitting at the end of Massey's at the end of the flame trench.
Oh,
Right?
Okay, but those trusses are a shape of a certain thing. I'm not going to get too much into it, but they'd fit in something.
Something.
Oh, there's Massey's. Cool.
I'm waiting for over the shot. There we are. Here we are. Here's some Massey shots.
Oh, there's those frames.
What
Yeah.
are they building over there? That's new.
What are they building? It's going to be a cover for the whole static fire stand. So 39.1's there. Or we're calling test tank 18, are you? AKA.
And this one will probably annoy people because they really want to see the test tank out of that cage. But yesterday SpaceX looked to be reinstalling more hardware in this black super crusher cage. So might be seeing even more testing of that test tank.
Yay!
Still going to be in there in the new year.
I saw a question earlier about the Rio West site over there. We can see it on the screen now. Last week, we can just see it's just going up screen now.
What?
Last week we got some good photos of it, so I might show them through Sean. So we might not get new photos of them this week. Today's flight has to be a little bit shorter because their pilot has prior engagements.
What are they doing? Like they're putting up a bunch of HESCO barriers at Massey's
Oh
here.
god, not the HESCO barriers.
They're
They're
putting up a
back.
bunch of HESCO barriers. Some of the truss segments have showed up, plus that one work platform. What are they doing? Also, the QD is hooked up and extended, by the way.
I started to say something, but it's too far fetched of an idea to be even slightly plausible, even with it being SpaceX that we're
Just
talking
say
about.
it. Just say it.
I started to say, what if they're trying to build or starting to work to build a bridge across the Rio so they can easily access that other property over there? But even for
No.
SpaceX, I feel like that's really far fetched.
No, you would have seen no, you would have seen a lot of groundwork to do that. Why would they do it right next to a static fire stand?
Yeah, exactly. It's that too. doesn't make any sense.
You'd
So
need
that's
concrete
fine.
piers each side, wouldn't you, for it to sit on at least?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you would need piles, concrete piers. There'd be a lot of construction there that you wouldn't. Yeah.
That looks like the wrong side of the river. I sure hope not.
I wondered where that black frame thing went.
Yeah, I
Like said,
know.
Massiey.
It's kind of. I don't know why all these are showing up here. I don't know what they're going to be used for. Like
We're getting all the
it-
angles today.
all of a sudden, they are building something completely new at Massey's, and I have no idea what it is. And we don't
And
have
there's not much that room there for anything either.
no. We don't have BJ and Alex in here to tell us
we-
what's obvious.
We did go into Mexico today. Well, there you
Yep.
go. That's different. We'll just edit that bit out.
As long as you have permission, you can go in.
Yeah. So is there a bit more of a distance shot to try and see what's going on? But we'll have a decent amount to talk about at show and tell by the look of this.
Yeah, I'll miss that. That's good. They are building some kind of structure at the end of Massey's. I don't know what it's going to be, but that's what it looks
At
like
the-
they plan on doing.
At the riverside.
Possibly, but well, I don't know. They don't have a lot of room at Massey's to build anything, so I'm kind of curious what this truss structure is going to be. I haven't seen any footings either, so it's like that's what the curious part is there's no footings to indicate what they're doing.
Has there been any further development on the whole cutting people off from going to Massey's situation?
You don't need more than a small swing gate for that. You don't need a giant. Even if you want to make a gate, you could just use like a. What is it? I don't know what this is, but like or the metal tube things that you see around like farms and type gates that aren't.
As far as I know,
really
there
that
hasn't been
beefy,
any
but they're
extra
enough
developments
to
in that.
give people the message of hey, this is private, get out of here. You don't need a giant truss frame for that.
Could it be a what's it called? A
Oh,
breakover
that.
fixture?
Yeah, that's where the HESCO barriers are getting put up.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I
Good
don't
old
know.
HESCO barriers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is
that's
it-
to grow
is
some
that-
more grass. That's for the grass area again.
Is
All
it
I
the
could
same height
say
as the
is
flame
the,
trench? You think they could use it to line the flame trench with steel or something?
Does that angle work? Maybe.
all I could say is about these photos coming through. If you're not a member already, I highly recommend becoming one because there's going to be some pretty awesome high-res photos coming through later on.
Thanks, Jake. And yeah, totally agree. It's well and truly worth being a member of this channel. What is going on with that vehicle there? Leaving big burnout sort of marks on the
I think
concrete.
it's, I don't think it's cleaning up, maybe. Who knows?
With the truss fixture, could they be building a kind of like a fixture that the booster would also be transported on, as well as being used as a breakover fixture? So to kind of, obviously it's going to be transported on the waves. Maybe they want a bit more, support rather than just some simple stuff.
That's probably
As far as I know, none of that'll get built here. None of it. None of the stuff is being built here, as far as I know.
I wonder if they're cleaning up all the carbon fiber dust with one of those sweepers.
Nah, just get like a Dyson. Be fine.
Yeah,
Might take them a while, but yeah, we'll get done.
like a street sweeper truck, basically.
Imagine trying to explain to the company that you got the Dyson from that It's broken because you used it on carbon fiber.
Filter's a bit clogged, sorry.
Next to the old booster cryo stand, there's 2 new large truss pieces that have been built, plus a bunch of new high pressure tanks. So that's new.
It's going to be a long show and tell.
There's actually 3 new large truss piece sections that'll likely. I think those are going to be a part of B18.3. I think they're finally getting to that. Yeah.
Oh, that's better. I have to change my directory sorting order.
So here's a good
Oh, we've got-
question from Jacob. He asks, when you become a member, do you get access to photos that were taken from before you became a member?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you do. And yeah, looking through archives is quite an interesting trip down memory lane, I must say.
Airspace and launch site photos coming through.
Yeah. Geez, that's some good straight down shots of Massiey today too. Look at that.
There's a lot of stuff going on at Massey's. It kind of stinks I won't be around for show and tell or anything. Oh well.
Quite
I'll
the
just have
angle
to-
on that door, too.
Yeah, the one door that's installed.
Yeah.
I think it is the singular door that's installed. Great. I don't
Which
see
door
any
are you talking
more out
about?
there.
Up there on the actual launch platform. Yeah.
I think they have one installed as a let's see how to install it, let's see how it fits kind of thing right now. I think is what it is. Because I don't see
Well,
any others at the launch site.
They aren't in a rush.
Is that the same? That's the same arm that had those linkage bits we saw. I think is Lawrence in the chat. Lawrence, is that the same arm? No, it's not here.
I think that's
I
one
think
of the
so.
same ones that had the linkages already installed.
Yeah, last week there was, well, not last week, the flyer before last week, when the arms were open, there was evidence of some new linkage bits on one of the
Holy,
main arms.
there is not much left of that plate.
Yeah.
Yeah, cutting it out in pieces.
Remember
Had
when we all
scraps getting
thought?
scrapped.
Remember when we all thought that was going to be the most difficult thing for them to do?
No.
Nah.
That was never the most difficult thing for them to do. Once the plate's gone, what's under
the
it
pile,
is
yeah.
the most difficult thing to do.
Just like
There's
get some
a-
C4. The answer's always
There's
C4.
a metric ton of concrete down under there. Looks
They
like the
have-
manifolds, the
That
wheels and the
plate is-
manifolds off the water deluge are gone.
That plate is gone.
Do they have to dig up? Do they have to dig up all of the foundations?
Yeah, they're going to
yeah.
put piles through for the new pad.
Oh my
It's still a big question mark is if they're going to dig all the way down to take out what was left of the legs of the old pad.
I'd
might
say
have
so.
to-
They're going to need to put all their new piles down. I mean, they could reuse some of the piles, I guess. Maybe.
It would be kind of cool though, like pad A-2 being built on the grave of pad A.
Did when they pulled down the legs at 39A, do you know whether they dug up the piles or reused them or what happened there?
They pulled down the legs. They all, as far as I know, all they did is they dug down and made the trench. But there wasn't nearly as many pilings put in for that pad already, because that pad still had the old 2022 foundation with just the legs, and even then, it was literally just the legs. Like the legs above ground weren't even filled with concrete; they were just rebar and steel casing.
Geez, the old tank farm's looking very clean. So still a bit of There's still a few culverts to dig up towards from the old fluids bunker to the tower, and
I spy the final methane pump motor. I don't know where the pump is, but I spy the motor.
there's one motor left, is there?
Is that methane? That looks too big to be methane. Maybe that's the Alox one. I don't know. I don't know
Let me
why they
see.
would
There's
need
a
that.
better shot.
We
You
got
go
another
create the
question
B2.
coming from Jacob. He asked for the Launchpad. When will we see the ground remediation for the new area to expand the area into the marsh? And if I'm not mistaken, from listening to Alex explain it multiple times over, we're looking at least 9 months, I think he said, for Fish and Wildlife to kind of get their suggestions in, and then probably like another 9 months or so to kind of figure stuff out before there's any kind of expectation of groundwork or anything like that. So we're looking at least a year and a half.
They can start digging where they're at now and get far enough for that. It's just there's a little bit corner of the trench where they can't do anything. They literally cannot start on a corner of a trench. So they can get as far as they can, but in terms of like putting the service structure in, they can't do that either, because that would have to go out into the wetlands where they need to get approval to build. So there's a lot of places where they can't do anything. So don't be surprised if Pad 1 is not operational again for at least another 3 years or more.
Oh,
Don't be shocked at
like that's a
all.
bit much. 3 years. I mean,
no, I don't think it is.
considering, well, okay, so they start in 9 months, right? And then it takes them 2 years to do the pad.
They start in like 18.
Yeah, 18
Oh, 18.
minimum.
18 to before it could be 18 months until they get approval to build on all that land. It could be.
Then
Yes,
sorry,
that's why I said 3 years.
I retract my statement. Ryan the pessimist is not being pessimistic here. Being realistic.
Real quick, want to
I'm
say
never
thank you to
pessimistic.
Jop Kuipers for sending 1 gifted membership. Thank you to Sharpie for a gifted membership. And then Just Martin, he's a member for 25 months, saying, wow, keep up the good work, RGV. Okay, now go back to banter.
I've just got to say that they have been busy working on what's slightly above the Gigabay. If you catch my drift. So
Yeah, it's the flying ahead.
we need to get the side view, but it certainly looks like that's a if you
finished 1 ship transport stand, they're now building that second one too. That's half done.
Oh my
It's half
gosh.
built, or not
Chip
half
QD
built,
looks very different.
So
Yeah, I'm
question,
trying to
is-
find out where they actually moved that first ship transport stand.
It's there. It's like right down the line.
Okay, yeah. I
Literally
see it.
right in front of your face.
So, question: is this truss structure, the second one, is that a duplicate of the one they've made for Massey's, or is that Massey's?
They're all the truss sections are built to the same specs as what it looks like. But I have no idea what they're for.
Gigabay at Massey's, I'm calling it.
I wonder if those crossbars are to do with that truss framework as well. Oh, they're building another one at Sanchez, another 2 at Sanchez. Wow, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're just. I wonder if they're just storing them down there, but probably not. They still haven't learned how to park Cybertrucks in a straight line.
Well, what you wouldn't want to make?
You mean trash cans in a straight line?
Come on, now.
targets?
I have to get it in every time. It's a requirement.
Well, if it was a straight line, it'd be too easy for the pilot just to mow them down. You got to make it a little bit difficult.
Stumpy, is this the Blue Origin launch site? Launch site. What? What in the world?
There's another big hint about what the SpaceX LR11,000 is going to be doing next at the launch site.
Huh? Oh, what?
Lifting
Which
stuff.
image?
There's not a great deal going on at Sanchez. I guess we've got booster 18s. What's going on over? Oh no, that's normal. Got booster 18, booster 17 still in
Oh,
bits.
yeah, that's kind of obvious. Bye, tanks.
Okay, what are
I
you
mean,
on
it
about? Let me
lifted those.
see.
It lifted those in. It's only fitting it lifted the. It will lift them back out. You know.
Oh,
Wow, they
I'm so
really,
excited for the high res.
as I said, they really have done a lot of work on that QD arm extension. Oh,
yeah.
Mm.
I can't
Those
tell if
walkways
that,
look great.
I can't tell if it's got the mechanism in already, because there's something protruding out on the top.
So go back to the tanks and the LR 11,000. You think they're going to pull out the small methane tanks? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
look down. Look down.
It could be what the
Down.
QD sits on.
Yeah, get there. You see the
Like two
pile of
posts.
gravel there?
Oh, gotcha. Yep.
Yeah.
Water deluge tanks.
Yeah, I said it installed them. It's only fitting. It takes them out now.
Sure. Yeah. You keep.
It looks
changing
like they'll have
subjects on
access
me.
all around it.
It's going to be a good show and tell. I can tell already. That's a better photo for it. Yeah, they got a pad there ready to remove deluge tanks.
Stephanie, you should go to photo 9249.
Check out. That's yeah. Okay, 9249. That's just a couple back. Oh yeah, no, a couple forward.
Yeah, they made a lot of progress on that QD arm extension.
Just to the right. Oh, yep. Oh, it looks so good. I love like the light gray like accent colors on the SQD arm. Looks fantastic.
don't worry, it won't be long until it's a nice rusty color.
Oh, there. Okay.
Brown.
Looks like they won't have to hang out in midair to service it too.
It looks so cool. Like with the little platform.
Mm.
Oh, that's that. Oh, it's gonna be so cool to see that.
Oh my goodness. I cannot wait for some color adjusted shots of Booster 18's aft.
I know, right?
Yes.
Has the 19's side tank gone in yet?
We're going to get two. We're going to get a photo of. We're going to get two photos of two different LOX landing tanks today. By the look of it.
Yeah.
Oh, hang
Also,
on. Has B18 still got its LOX landing tank in it?
Yeah.
Partially.
Cool.
What's left of it?
I have to ask Ryan.
Have
how
they
do you feel
taken the
about-
top off it?
Yeah, they took the top off.
Off the landing tank.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Ryan, how do you feel about Booster 18's current production time? Do you think they can maintain it?
19, you mean?
19, sorry. Yeah, 18. Not really.
I think they'll get it done because they have literally everyone in the company working on it.
Yeah. I wonder if they'll like try and they can't try and match that for 20 though.
Oh no, I think 20 will go back to
Really?
20 will take longer. Oh, absolutely 20 will take longer.
I feel like the transfer tube, like the gap between the transfer tube was pretty long on 18. I feel like that will certainly get cut down.
It's not going to go back to 18, but it definitely will not stay as fast as 20. I could guarantee you that.
Yeah,
I will make that guarantee on a public live stream. It will not be this fast ever again.
When are you calling? when are you calling 12 or flight 12?
I still think flight 12 is not for a while. I still think we're still several months out because there's. Yeah, great. You built the vehicle. Congratulations. You still have to test it. Like
I don't.
They still have to test They still have to test both vehicles. They still have to test all the test tanks, and they're still testing 18.1. They still have to test the pad, and they still have to test Massey's.
Always be
Built the
thrusting.
vehicle. Congrats.
that it's
Like that's what I said. Congratulations, you built the vehicle. Now you got to test it. That's it. I don't know
well,
what to tell you.
I kind of joined a little bit later. What do we know what the condition of the of the stand is? Does it look
The static fire
good?
stand?
No, the booster, not the booster stand, cryo stand.
They have to fix it. It's not 100% operational. They definitely damaged some junction boxes on the thing.
Oh yeah.
There's definite damage to that stand.
Yeah.
They have to fix
W-
junction boxes. They probably have to fix the hydraulic system as well and
WD-40.
whatnot. So there's still there's still chine pieces sitting around here too. It's not all cleaned up yet.
The cryo stand. Yeah, it'll be definitely ready though for Booster 19. It won't take.
It'll
too
be
much
ready,
to
but it's not ready this moment.
No.
Really quick, a great big thank you to Just Martin for 5 gifted memberships. Thanks so much.
Okay, Martin. That's a nice panoramic of the launch site.
It's interesting to me that they're building like as many ship stands as they are, like without even finishing the first one. It feels very like.
I mean, why not build them? What else are you doing?
Well, yeah, I suppose. It just feels so quick to be building them without them.
Well, they're
with the
easier
first
than
one,
booster
yeah.
stands.
Yeah.
Booster stands needed a whole system to retract arms and all that fun jazz. Ship
Yeah.
stands, you literally just set the ship down on the clamps and it clamps and it's done. They're actually really, really simplistic compared to a booster stand.
Absolutely. Totally different kettle of fish. They're a smaller diameter circle as well. The ring much smaller. Actually, the ship stand would actually fit inside the booster stand. Actually,
I'm waiting to see what kind of system they put on for the stacking and whatnot.
Oh, where's the cloud? I hope we can get these images sharpened up.
Yeah, Sawyer's asking a question. Will SpaceX eventually convert the Falcon pad at 39A to a Starship pad? Says the flame trench is already there.
I'd say no.
That's not as simple as someone might think.
You'd have to destroy.
They're building so many new Starship launch pads, so it doesn't look like that's on the plans at all because they're taking 39. They've got another one around 39, 37. Isn't there another one at Florida too?
No, that the one if you're thinking of the one I think you are, that one is no longer on the table. That idea kind of got shelved.
Isn't the issue? So there's one at 39. There's 2 at 37. There's going to be eventually 2 at Boca, so that's 5 pads. I would expect there's going to be 1, maybe 2 at Slick 6. They have enough room at Slick 6 at Vandenberg to put a Starship pad. I wouldn't be surprised they do that later down the line, but we're talking a decent amount in the future because they have to finish the pads at Florida take precedence over everything else at this rate. 49 got shelved basically because of the environmental issues and the issues with beach access to Playa Linda and a bunch of other problems. They could, in theory, reopen that can of worms down the line if they think they really needed it, if they think they could get the approval to do it. But the dream of 6 towers over at LC-49 is kind of dead.
6 towers?
6 towers. That's the word that was heard, that it would have built 6 towers. I don't know if that's 6 pads or if that's 6 launch pad, or if that's 3 launch pads, 3 catch towers. But that's the kind of thing that they were thinking about doing. And then they got then I think they ended up shelving 49 because they got 37, and they got 2 pads at 37 is a lot. Like people got to understand, even 4 launch pads is a lot. Like Falcon runs 3.
Oh yeah.
It only has 3. And they are close to hitting 170 launches this year. And for Falcon 9, its turnaround at 39A is like, I think they they do it in like 5. They do it in like 6 days. Slick 40 and Slick 4 East are like 2.5 for the average turnaround. If they really built this pad the way they built it and the way they wanted to do it, the turnarounds for Starship pads could be within the same day. If they really think they can do that. So you don't. The number of launch pads versus number how many times you launch also depends on how quick you can turn around the pads. So 5 launch pads should be enough to really, really kick the program off. They'll probably build more, but they need to
But also,
launch more.
Theoretically, they can launch more Starships per year than Falcon 9s with the amount of towers that they're currently building, including 37.
It's just going to take a
And
while
like-
to build all of that stuff.
And theoretically, like Ryan was saying, they should be able to turn the pads around a lot quicker with the Starship program.
how many launches are they going for this year again?
170.
Let me just do.
Their average right now is 169. They're projected to hit 169, and their target was 170 for Falcon 9.
So take this with a extreme grain of salt. But if you apply the Falcon 9 flight rate to Starship and the pad rate with 5 pads, that's 283 launches a year.
And they are not even approved for that many.
Exactly.
They're approved for a total of 146. Between 37, 39, and Starbase, they're approved for 146. Now that can go up. They can apply to get it more. It's just they have to go through a tiered environmental assessment in order to get that additional approval, like they did at Slick 6, like they've done at like they've done over at Vandenberg, like they've done multiple times for Slick 40, where they've upped the launch rate. They just ask for an increase. I just have to look at the environmental impact. So they'll eventually get the increases for Starship. It's just they need to start launching first. And they need to build the infrastructure to do that, and they don't have the infrastructure to build to have even remotely close to that launch rate. So
let's not think about the logic. Let's just imagine a world where there is that many launches.
it's nuts.
Everything's good there. Everything's good there.
But basically, when you think about it, the future of the Cape, I'm not even talking about Starbase, the future of the Cape is every single day there would likely be at least 2 rocket launches, possibly 3. We're talking a combination of Starship, Falcon 9, New Glenn, Stoke, Relativity.
Yep.
Probably, maybe even 4 launches per day. Back
Well,
to back.
That's insane. That's insane.
Do we know?
That's good.
Bit off topic, but do we know if Rocket Lab has any intentions to build a pad down at 39?
No.
Oh, not 39. Yeah.
No, because in order to do that, they would have to build a production facility there. So they're kind of stuck to Wallops.
Shame.
Real quick, since we're kind of looking at the Gigabay area, there was a question earlier about when are the cranes going to start rising up?
Soon. They are finished. They just, as you can see from these images, they're starting the center line of it. So they're starting level 2, or I should say the second set of columns on the center line. Once those are done, all 4 cranes will have to go up, so they can start the third. So once one corner is done, I would expect that crane to then go up.
Giggity. Ready for it.
Will they be
Giggity
launched
bang.
in Australia? Well, I certainly hope so, but not at this stage. But yeah, I've got an inkling there may be a launch site for Starship in Australia one day.
Good. Getting ships there is easy. Getting boosters there, you'd have to barge them and then build a small refurbishment facility, and then you just
Small.
launch missions with ships and have them land at the launch site you want to launch them from next. That's literally what you can do with the Starships.
Small's not
Yeah,
small.
it's going to be something different having reusable second stage rockets, because it's not been done before. So It's going to be very different how the logistics will work and how they're going to be able to achieve things they haven't been able to in the past.
So
do you guys think? Sorry.
No, I was going to say, Sawyer's got a great speculation question that would probably be good for Ryan. When will they actually start flying Starlink missions with Starship? Is HLS just a bigger priority?
Well, I would expect this year.
And I
Not
think
this year. I mean,
isn't
this year,
Starlink-
next year. I expect
Isn't-
2026. Myself, like, so considering some of the delays and everything, I by Q4 of next year they should have launched at least one operational Starlink mission with a Starship. However, if they want to fulfill their NASA contract, and not only that, they want to prove that Starship isn't just a launch to LEO and that's it. They have to do the target and chaser prop transfer mission. That's a requirement. Otherwise, it's like, oh well, Starship is just a LEO rocket.
Yeah, and I mean we're still close. We've already passed a lot of the tests already. You know, kicking the satellites out of the ship and everything. So I really think as long as version 3 is relatively successful, it should be on the pretty soon horizon.
Isn't the Starlink the priority for Starship, but they've also got the HLS as a side contract?
Starlink's the moneymaker.
The HLS is the side contract for Starship right now, but here's the other thing about that. Actually, I wouldn't call it a side contract. No, it is actually a very, very important part of the Starship program, because with NASA funding, SpaceX is able to build out Eclipse systems on board Starship, which will be required to go to Mars and everywhere else. So HLS is a stepping stone, and they get to do it with NASA help.
I've always seen Moon as a stepping stone to Mars for Starship. Going back to those towers, Ryan, if you look at this photo, you can see that to go up another level, the cranes are going to have to be lifted very soon.
Are there any pieces staged nearby? Where do they keep the tower crane sections?
The storage lots. They're all there.
No pieces yet.
The cranes they were staged at the Brownsville site way back here. Let me see if there is any there now, actually.
While you're doing that, Steph, Brian has a great question asking, can they keep Not Mars in place for one launch a day without impacting shipping?
They do it with the TFRs, don't they? Or a permanent
TFRs they can keep the Notmar in place during fuel loading and launch. And with the new, they can do it without impact shipping. It'll just, I should say this, it'll impact shipping a little bit, obviously, because there will be a point which you don't really want to enter. But I also think that they've refined their explosion calculations enough that they might not even they probably won't have to close the channel at all for anything. I mean, we saw that with New Glenn. They can keep Port Canaveral open even with how relatively close New Glenn is, and a cruise ship will block your view of the launch.
A wild Zach has been spotted in the chat.
We didn't even have to say his name 3 times. The crane, the 4 cranes that are at the Gigabay now were staged at this site here, so perhaps you'll see some of those segments staged here to continue lifting them up higher. But I mean, there's 2 other sites they could be stored at as well, on Highway 4 down closer to Starbase.
Isn't it Zach? Who's on this week? I don't even know who's on this week.
This week's live stream, I'm not sure who's we're up to.
Well, Zach was supposed to be last week, but last week was canceled, so it's kind of up to you guys. We haven't fully figured it out, but I'll have something figured out by the end of the day, probably.
When's it scheduled for again?
Starbase
That's another
Weekly.
great
Yeah.
panoramic photo.
Is it updated?
That'll be my desktop photo.
Can you all hear me?
Yes, we
Yep.
can.
Yep.
All right. So we're just gonna do Massey's one last time, and then we're gonna head it back to the airport. Is that okay?
Sounds good.
You're crushing
Perfect.
it.
Well done.
Great job, Mauricio. Yep, sounds good.
Got some pretty good images going on. There's some fantastic images happening.
Wait, are those? I need the high reses to see.
Yeah, we just need the high
I
res.
think I know what I think I know what some things are. I just need the high reses to confirm.
I'm stoked to
I'm
see.
gonna
the
I'm gonna
sound
I'm gonna
check.
stay ominous for this right now.
Oh, you.
What are they putting that HESCO barrier there for?
I don't know.
Like, it's not even really protecting anything.
The only reason to put that there is if they're gonna protect something.
Yeah, that's what
Something
I'm
is going
sort
to
of-
go there. I don't know what though.
But protect what
Thanks.
from where?
Red
It's sort of in a
Red
weird
Rover.
spot to be to protecting something, because there's sort of nothing either side of it that needs protecting, nor is there something either side of it that could do something that needs something else to be protected from. If that makes sense.
Also, why
Somewhat.
why
Maybe
HESCO barriers
burst
again?
testing is back on the plan. No.
Not
No.
next to everything there. No way.
No.
They wouldn't
So-
do that to all that.
If they were to do burst testing, I'd have thought they'd move them closer to kind of divert the flow away from all the stuff, not past it.
No, if they're gonna do burst testing, they're taking a tank to McGregor these days. Any burst testing will be done to McGregor
What
these
a
days.
9-meter tank?
If they really needed to, they would. They
Really?
would. Oh yeah. I without a doubt, if they really wanted to burst test something, they could take a 9-meter tank to McGregor. They could.
How far away is McGregor?
Like 6-7 hours. It'd be one heck of a road closure. They could do it if they utterly needed to. I don't know if there's any bridges in the route that would be a pain in the butt. It'd be a fun route though. They could find
No,
a
it
way.
wouldn't.
They find a way. No. What you do is you get a Chinook or a couple Chinooks.
Okay.
and
Also,
you take it there that way.
you said 6-7 hours. Is in like on an SPMT?
No, that's 6-7 hours just drive time. Like
Uh,
at 60 cent, we're talking like 70 miles an hour.
Okay. So more like 60 to 70
I say
hours.
distances in terms of hours because I'm from the Midwest and it makes more sense that way to me. So yeah.
Yeah, we do that in Australia too. Just up the road could be a couple of hours or 3 hours.
Yeah. It's not like trying to
How
say the
far away is
distance
Mars?
means nothing. It means more when you say how long it'll take you to actually get there.
For a stubby trip. Sorry. Not appropriate these days. ASU, yes, there is some ASU updates this week. I'm just trying to find the photo for you. There's a really nice photo of the ASU.
Gotta please the
There's a good
ASU
photo
fans.
of Rio West as well. Someone else asked earlier. Oh, that's the wrong end of the. Hang on. Let me just get my drive under control.
Kind of surprised the Pope vent stayed around.
They cannot remove the Pope vent. It's like it's iconic.
That's a big concrete slab they're getting ready to pour over there. All
At the
heat
ASU.
exchange- Yeah, and all those heat exchangers.
Yeah, there's a bit going on at the ASU. Yeah, they're digging a hole over there and filling a hole in concrete. Yeah, they've got this massive big slab to do over here, and Yeah, they're starting to fit out this area here already with some heat exchangers, or however you want to call them. What's this? Is this a type of Grover crane? Is it? These are the crane experts. Seems to have the wings similar. Yeah, that's not going to be for all that long, and that ASU is going to be pumping liquids, you know. I mean, a little while still, but not too long. Oh, okay. So someone's saying because we flew over into Mexico, we have to start narrating in Spanish. Si, amigo. That's about my Spanish.
Yeah, we're just.
Oh, I think I might have dropped out for a sec. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Loud and clear.
Someone else potatoed out. Good old Discord. Oh well, it's heaps in Discord too. Good on you. And we got 300 odd, 350 odd in chat over on YouTube. That's awesome. ETA for ASU first usable output. Yeah, I don't know. 6 months, 12 months.
It'll be a bit. There's a lot they have to build and hook up.
And transport.
I mean, it'll be quick, sort of quick to get the bigger items in, but then there's like a million pipes to fit off and electrical stuff to fit off, so it's usually the fiddly stuff that takes the time.
Plus, they're kind of in the business of taking everything apart over there right now. So, yeah.
I would assume like I would assume like a year. I wouldn't be that surprised.
I'm kind of surprised the SpaceX team isn't getting stretched too thin, like with the amount of stuff they've got going on.
How do you know that they aren't?
Well,
that's all I'm gonna say.
Stuff seems to be happening. Yes, there was this like little thing a couple weeks ago where a booster kind of like flashed us all, but you know it's okay.
Like I can tell you one thing for certain. Like the biggest issue to SpaceX building more vehicles faster down in Starbase is manpower. A lot of it is manpower availability.
Well, it's hard to house that many people in Starbase, isn't it? Because like there isn't that like I've looked around on like because I love looking on like these housing marketplaces. Like there aren't that many massive developments around Starbase.
I mean, they're working on it little by little.
Well, yeah, very, very, very little by little. They need to take
we're incoming for landing soon.
They need to take the British mindset and just build ugly looking houses everywhere.
Yeah, we're good.
Oh, yeah.
Sawyer asks a good speculative question. How much refurbishment do you eventually expect for each ship after re-entry?
Oh boy, that's speculative.
Well, I did preface.
Oh boy.
I feel like they'll develop. If I'm sorry for stepping on your thing here, Ryan, but I feel like they'll develop some sort of thing to do a quick scan of the heat shield. Like I would expect that, like just so they can well, it'll probably be fully automatic to make and then it could flag like areas that they're worried about, and then around the rest of the ship, they'll want to minimize heating of the actual steel. So I mean, there wouldn't be like, I'd say it's 90%, and not engines, TPS, like just checking the TPS. That's just me.
At first, it's going to be human inspection of the TPS system,
Yeah.
and it'll take a little bit, and then they'll replace tiles and fix parts and all that other fun stuff. Also, I think for a lot of the first launches, they'll have to pull tiles off, and they'll have to check the tank sections on the backside to make sure everything's good. Because remember, they haven't gotten a vehicle back yet to look.
Yeah.
They'll need. I would not be surprised, if I'm going to be entirely honest, if one of the first vehicles they got back, they stripped the entire heat shield off the vehicle and look at the
Oh,
tank.
for sure.
Look at the
Yeah,
tankage.
absolutely.
I think the first one they get back, they'll look at it little bit by bit. They may strip some sections, but then that particular ship with its battle scars will then get parked in the rocket garden because they'll want to show that off. And then I think the next ship they get back, it'll get stripped. Like they'll do some stuff here and there, and then they'll strip the entire heat shield off that ship and spend a good chunk of time inspecting it.
Well, I mean, the amount of data they'll be able to get from the like the actual material science data they'll be able to get from a full from the full 18,000 heat shield tiles is ridiculous. I mean, they're gonna have mounds of data from that.
Yeah, and then I think for the first while it'll be human inspection with lifts,
See,
which isn't the quickest, but eventually it'll be Grok, right?
Yeah,
It'll
well,
be
yeah.
Grok that does it eventually.
I don't feel like it would be that difficult to make a system that like you could literally have like a robot that would go up and down a rail and then just kind of have it be able to pan around the entire ship and then scan the entire hull section and then just kind of create a list of kind of like coordinates on the actual ship tiles where it thinks there's something wrong, like a chip tile or a crack tile.
I would
that would be pretty cool.
I would ask you this: if you think it wouldn't be that hard, then why haven't airlines done it with aircraft?
Well, I mean, the thing is with aircraft is obviously you can get like stress fractures, but like I'm not an aviation nerd, so I'm not entirely sure of the. But I mean, all I know about airlines is that there can be stress fractures. I mean,
So I'll tell you what we usually do when a plane comes back in after a flight. Now, granted, it doesn't go through the same regime as a Starship does, but one way or the other, it comes back in after a flight. You do a quick walk around of the vehicle. So you look at the wings, look at the fuselage, look at the tail, look at the tires, make sure they're not quartered or punctured or whatever. You check for dents, you check for anything out of the ordinary, bird strikes, a lot of that stuff. You check for leaks to see if there's a hydraulic leak anywhere along the systems or anything along those lines. You just kind of walk through the vehicle and just take a look at it. And of course, if you find something, then you have to rectify it and fix it. In terms of more heavy checks, like say a C check on an airplane, you are anything that is not riveted to the aircraft comes off. So all the boxes come out, all the panels come out, seats come out, floor panels come out, horizontal stab wing panels come off. So you're inspecting nut plates, you're inspecting spar joints, you're inspecting everything. I would be curious to see what the interval will be with Starship in that. I'm really curious what the interval is on Falcon 9, because SpaceX has done that a lot with Falcon 9. I'm really curious how they're going to handle all that with a high flight rate, because planes fly 4 to 5 times a day or more, even 6. And you have to oil them, you have to check them, you have to service them. Granted, nice thing about Starship is the servicing part of it is done right before it launches. Any avionics issues you can take care of in the middle of a on a work stand or maybe on a transport stand, maybe if you just get a lift up into the payload bay or something. So there's a lot of things here and there that you can solve like that. I'm just curious. The heat shield is the biggest question mark for servicing.
I actually have a question regarding this is kind of a me and Ryan back and forth, but so obviously we've seen a lot of patina in the flights from a heating. Would that when the ship inevitably gets refueled, because obviously it's going through some sort of heat treatment when it's going through re-entry. When it gets refueled, is some of that strength regained, or is it permanently lost?
When you constantly when you heat up a metal, especially you heat it up as like stainless to a discoloration point, you're constantly heat treating the metal. Eventually, if they do it too much, they could easily have that stainless steel become brittle and snap, crackle, pop. Basically. So,
but what could they do against that? Like really, like because the patina.
You basically need to find some way to put an ablative or thermal heat blanket over any exposed stainless steel section. That's the only way to prevent it.
Shuttle ship. It's going to be a shuttle.
I'm just going to jump in here real quick. So we've landed back at the taxiway. We can see people getting out of the airplane down there. So that was the flight completed. It looks like we've got some awesome photos today. And we're going to have a decent show and tell, I would say, with all these new developments, especially over there at Massey's. We should spend a bit of time at Massey's today. So we haven't got a time for that yet, but it'll be like within a few hours we'll have a show and tell. So be sure to come back for that, all your members. And we'll have a normal live stream this weekend, I would imagine now, Matt.
Yeah, we'll release the show and tell time a little bit later. I'd imagine it's probably going to be somewhere around 7 or 8 p.m. Starbase time, so look for that. And then, we'll have our regular Starbase weekly this weekend on Saturday at the normal time, noon Starbase time. So with that,
everyone.
guys. Oh,
are we still live? Or?
Yep, we are.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody for joining us for the stream. I don't know if that was a glitch or not. If we had like 300 people or was that just actual people watching or not? But we had a good turnout. I want to thank everybody, especially the Patreons, the members, and the viewers for being interested in our flyovers. We're gonna do a show and tell later on tonight. I'm thinking like about 6:45 p.m., 7 p.m. ish, more or less. I know Indian Star is gonna run that stream, so if you all want to join us for that, we'll be there 6:45 Central Time. And y'all take care and thank you.
Awesome.
Good stuff. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, RGB Aerial Photography, for the awesome flight.
Yeah, so
my dogs are barking.
Real quick, before everybody super leaves, I wanted to talk about the St. Jude stream real quick. So I'm going to pop something up real quick.
Awesome, thanks.
All right, so we've got our 4th annual St. Jude fundraising stream, and that is coming up not this coming weekend, but next Sunday, December 21st at 12 p.m., noon Central Time. And it's going to be a great one, guys. We've got Tim Dodd's going to be joining us. We have Scott Manley's going to be joining us, as well as Lewis from Lab Padre. And Zach's going to be running the stream. We've got Ryan. We've got everybody's going to be here and helping out. So we really hope to see you guys then.
Awesome. That sounds like a terrific show. Okay, so that pretty well wraps up today's flyover video. I thank Ryan Webber for all his information on this stream today. It was good information. Thank you very much. Thank you, Patreon members, for joining us, and especially also thank you to all the YouTube people in YouTube that came along and joined us. It was awesome to see so many people in. We had over 350 odd people in live stream chats. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, keep your eyes. So it looks like 6:45, Indy's telling me, for the live stream, for the show and tell. So 6:45, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time for that show and tell. So we'll see you then. We might just leave